Big story of the hour, the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has said that thousands of foreign troops could be deployed to Ukraine as part of the post-war security guarantees. This announcement has come after talks with the European Council President Antonio Costa in Western Ukraine. Listen in to what he said.
І також ми порозуміємо, які країни що готові запровадити. А також це питання, про які ви сказали, що є інформація, що розгортання 10 тисяч. Я знов-таки не буду говорити про кількість, але важливо, що ми все це обговорюємо. Так, це буде точно не в одиницях, а в тисячах. І це факт, але про це ще трішки зарано говорити. Нарешті ми чуємо сигнали з Росії, що вони вже сприймають членство України в Євросоюзі. Шкода, що вони сприймають реальність з такою затримкою. Ще з 2013 року Росія йшла до цієї простої думки. Але зараз це треба почути і деяким іншим великим друзям Росії в Європі. Якщо вже навіть Путін не заперечує, то позиції деяких країн, особливо Угорщини щодо кластерів в перемовинах, виглядають дійсно дивно.
The security guarantees for Ukraine are being planned by 26 countries, including an international force on land, sea and air to reinforce Ukraine's defenses and provide stability after the war. Meanwhile, Russia has warned that any Western troops in Ukraine would be considered legitimate targets, but also stated it will not object to Ukraine's membership in the European Union. Matti Zweig, who's a geopolitical expert, joins me on the telecast. Matti, let's understand from you about the dichotomy between how Russia perceives the conflict and a possible resolution to the war that has lasted over 3 years versus the European allies of Ukraine who continue to push for security guarantees and troop deployment, which Russia is not on board with. How do you think there is going to be a resolution when there are two stark contrasts in the way two countries, in fact the two sides, perceive how a resolution is going to be brought through?
Yes, hello and thank you for having me. I think we are looking at an ongoing situation that is continuing to show that both sides are entrenched in their points of view. I mean, from the point of view from the beginning of the war, Putin has tried to conquer the maximum territory that he can from Ukraine, treating Ukraine as a non-sovereign country that is against his Russian values of being in his area of influence, and also other terms that he, in the meanwhile, he left, like denazification of the country, is something that they are not talking now about, but they talk a lot in the past. In this precise moment, he continued, like in the last 9 or 10 months, to gain more and more territory, and to gain the maximum territory he can until he's going to agree through the different Trump initiatives or world initiatives to sit in a kind of ceasefire or peace agreement that we don't see in the horizon now, to finish this situation, of course, giving his terms of non-European and non-NATO Ukraine, and of course not foreign soldiers from other countries that come to help Ukraine. And from this point of view also, you have volunteers from different countries in both sides of this war. I mean, also the Ukrainian side, you have European volunteers that they say that they are not soldiers from NATO, they come voluntarily. The same with from North America, from South America, some Africans, and the same from the Russian side. They have African volunteers or mercenaries, as you wish, and also the North Koreans that they were sent to the areas that they were conquered by the Ukrainians in the area of Kursk, that is inside Russia. And so all these talkings is just more of the same, and all kind of excuses, especially from the Russian side, but also from the Ukrainian side, not to finish this war in any terms that they are going to completely lose. And this is
what do
what's
you
happening
think
now.
about the proposal by the Putin administration to hold these peace negotiation talks in Moscow? This has been completely rejected by Ukraine. If Moscow is not the venue where the peace talks can happen, which place is an alternative that is going to be acceptable for both sides?
Well, it depends how do you look at it. I mean, for Zelenskyy, it's like coming to the cage of the bear and to be trapped there and maybe imprisoned, and because he knows that the West is not going to start a Civil War with nuclear weapons only to save him from prison. And he thinks if he's going to Moscow, what is going to happen to him. I mean, and only if really in this way the honor of Putin is going to be in the game, that he say, yeah, I'm going to protect him and put him back to Ukraine. I mean, in any way, it's nothing that is not compatible with international norms of convivence or people that want to get a peace agreement. So in any way, they are just talks, and this is not serious at this stage, at least.
Stay on with me, Matty. We have more information coming in. In fact, the European Union has said it will welcome US President Donald Trump's support for its plan to end imports of